What's going on, guys? Good morning. Here we go again. A 19-year-old sentenced to life in prison over Pum Pum. Let's get to the story.
Let's get out to Doug Evans with this conviction, Doug, and what is next for this community and that family?
Hey, Tom, good afternoon, everybody. Listen, talk about a baby-faced gangster. Take a look at Kamarion Kendrick from his mugshot from a couple of years ago when Fox 5 originally covered this case back in 2023. Prosecutors would depict him in court as a stone-cold killer, unremorseful, even at trial, they told me today, and he will spend the rest of his life in prison for murder without the possibility of parole, and also 85 years tacked on to that. He's accused of killing Emmanuel Dorsey, a 14-year-old freshman at Spalding High back in 2023 after a rival football game there at the stadium in Griffin between Griffin High and Spalding High. Kendrick accused of opening fire on a group of people there and then going on the run for 8 days. The prosecutor told me today that he ditched the murder weapon during that time, but when they found him in Clayton County 8 days later, he had another weapon, this one capable of automatic fire, they said, had been modified, a semi-automatic handgun that had been modified to operate, they said, much like a machine gun. So this kid, he's now 19, will spend the rest of his life in prison. I talked to the prosecutor as well as the chief deputy prosecutor here, Kate Linhart, about the case just a few minutes ago.
I think the nature of the crime was key. I mean, it was a very, very violent crime. The ages of both the shooter and the victim were young. I believe the victim at the time of the crime was 14 years old. The shooter was 17. So I think that struck a nerve with the jury. It's a gang-related case, which, you know, we're just combating down there in Spalding County. And I think jurors are just fed up with it. They hear this over and over and over, and they've just had it with this kind of thing.
As y'all heard it, right? So I'm guessing some states just got tired of it now. They like, listen, these kids are unaliving each other. We need to find a way to lock them up forever. And it's crazy. In some cities, Chicago, those places like that, the kids that do the crime or the people that do the crime, they will do a crime, something like this, and they're able to get out quick. Probably spend a year in jail or less than that, and they get out to do the same crime again. So the justice system there sucks. It sucks. It's like you don't even need a good lawyer. The lawyer just know how to just get you off, or the justice just don't care. They're like, it don't matter. It was a mistake. He's young. Somebody gave him a gun and he picked it up and he just did what he had to do. No, we need to lock them up forever. Lock their ass up. Were they able not to get out? Lock their ass up. Because people are tired of this nonsense. The jurors are tired. They tired of it, because I know if I was juror, same thing. I would, hey, he's guilty. Send his ass out. They tired of it. If you gone into jail one time, then go back in again and again. Nah. Let's continue.
What played for the jury in terms of the victim, 14 years old? And it seems to me that maybe his family had moved him down there to get him away from gang violence.
Wow.
That's correct. He had only been in Griffin about 3 weeks, had been moved from Clayton County to live with family in Spalding County just because of the violence in their neighborhood.
Yeah, let's talk about the victim a little bit. Emmanuel Dorsey, 14 years old at the time. His family had moved him from Clayton County. He'd only been in Griffin 3 weeks before he was killed. They moved him from Clayton because his family told Fox 5 at the time that they were worried about gang violence in Clayton. So they moved him to Spalding County, and then he is killed in gang violence there 3 weeks later outside this football game. in September of 2023. As you heard Acting DA David Studdard say, gang violence has been a problem for many years down in Spalding County. I can tell you here on Fox 5, we have covered a number of cases of gang violence in the Griffin-Spalding area. Tom?
It's incredible, Doug, how the tentacles of gang violence reach to a community like the one you're in Spalding County. And I thought your question to the district attorney and the prosecutor there about, the victim in all of this, how young that individual was, 14 years old, and the sort of the punctuation mark on putting this guy away for the rest of his life, really. A family can never regain their loved one who's been killed, but what kind of closure is that providing them? Have they spoken out at all about this?
Tom, one of the things that came out at trial was the fact that Kamarion Kendrick was unremorseful after the murder, unremorseful at trial. It's something that sits hard on a community when you've got a 17-year-old at the time, now 19 years old, caught up in this horrific case, and yet is unrepentant. And it just shows the problem that they're dealing with these gangs down there, and how they have such a tight grip on these young kids. The family spoke with us at the time. We've not had an opportunity to speak to them since. At the time that we talked to them back in 2023, Kendrick was on the run. They had appealed to him to turn himself in. It was believed that there were people who were sheltering him at the time, and so that appeal
they all should go to jail
as well, to do the right thing. So it's just a very sad case all around for the community, for this family of this young teenager.
Yeah, it'll be interesting and perhaps for us to talk about here another time, Doug, but what communities and police forces and jurisdictions like Spalding County are doing if gang violence is such a problem, to try to penetrate and crack down on these gangs to bring them under some sort of control.
Good question.
It certainly is, Tom. I know that over in Spalding County, they have some gang units over there that operate and do the best they can. Tom, it's not just the gangs with the young kids over there. We've covered many stories of this Ghostface Gangster gang that is a prison gang that has its tentacles in this community as well. And these are adults also doing atrocious things. So it's not just the kids, but it is a very bad problem there in Spalding County. They recognize it. There are joint task force with the Spalding Sheriff's Office, also the Griffin Police Department to combat that as well.
Well, we're glad this case has finally concluded and that convicted murderer now is going to face justice and, as you said, spend the rest of his life behind bars. Doug Evans reporting live for us. Doug.
Thank you, Doug. Listen, they think it's a game now, man. First off, the parents, the family of the other kid, right, was able to move him from a different place, move him far away from that area to go to somewhere else, right? And the violence still find this kid, 14 years old. They still find him. I'm trying to find out, is it him that's causing the problem? Or it just mysteriously just find him automatically, you know, because he got caught up. He was in the area where there was a lot of gang violence going on. Now he moved, and then the gang violence is there again. Is the parents are picking the wrong place? They're not picking the right place for this kid. Maybe he'd move into like a regular neighborhood to where, you know, you could check the violence, the violence in that area. Because that's the first thing we did before we moved anywhere. We always check to see the crime rate in that area. And some apps are removing that, and that's so messed up. We always check There's a few homes that we seen, we're like, wow, this is a nice home. We look around like, oh my God, it's messy, it is dirty. This is why some people like to live in HOAs. I don't like living in HOAs because just the stupid thing that people do in HOA, the price go up and all this other stuff. But at least they keep the area clean. It keeps it clean, keeps it going, you know? So the parents moved him from different location. Now he's here in this location. The same thing found him. Now for this dude, he was 17 years at the time. Get caught up. I don't know where they're finding these guns from. I really don't know where they're finding these things from. Now he get caught up, unalive this kid. He was on the run, family protecting him, hiding him. Like I said, they all should go to jail. And I'm so happy with the jury. The jury was able to find this dude guilty and send him on his way. Send him on his way to where he belonged. In jail, locked up for life. That's where he needed to be. These demons running around, walking around in the world need to go. And it sucks this happening a lot in the Black community. No matter how much you talk about it, they call you all type of names. I'm not even going to get into the names that what they call you. Everybody know the names that they call you. It doesn't affect me, and I don't care because I care for these kids, and I'm tired of seeing the same thing over and over and over again. I care for my peoples, but these people don't care. Anytime there's a gang in jail and prison, it's telling these kids what to do. So even the grown-ups don't even care. And the kids not thinking, knowing like, hey, man, we killing each other. They don't care. The people that's setting us this up, they're not really caring about us. They want us to harm each other. There's multiple videos online. You see these kids, left and right, left and right, left and right. And the worst thing they will tell me, why you don't talk about the white kids? Because that's not my peoples, really. You know what I'm saying? Those not the people that I'm saying that I care about right now. I care about the ones that looks like me. That's getting unalive every single day. They want to live, you know what I'm saying? So I don't need to be talking about a different race. Them race don't bother me. They're not doing anything to affect me. No. I'm talking about the ones that my kids go to school with. The ones that I see when I'm going down to different locations. Those ones I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the white kids, the Hispanic kids, none of that right now. I don't need to talk about that. It's none of my business pretty much what they're doing. Don't make any sense to me be talking about them. For what? What that's gonna get me? Hey, look at this white kid, man. He done shot his parents, or he did this, or he done robbed the what that get? What? I'm worrying about the ones that looks like me. That's what I'm worrying about. Just the stupid things some Black people say. They say the dumbest things sometimes. And this sucks, man. Sorry for the family, sorry for the parents that they had to go through this. You move one place and go to another place and boom. And the violence still catch up to you. It sucks. Sucks. 19 years old, sentenced to life now. You're gone. Your whole life is over. Just like that. While we out here enjoying life, we get to travel, we get to do the things that we want to do, have kids. He don't even have kids. He ain't gonna have kids. Now you're gonna be forced to have a boyfriend in jail. That makes sense to you guys? No. I'm out here enjoying my life with my family, my friends. I always put God first, man. That's the number one thing. Put God first. There's too much stuff going on in the Black community where people are just dying for no reason. And they get caught up. Pow, pow, pow. End that. Anyway, guys, man, thank you guys for watching. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think. This is sad. Sad story.